Scott Rouse has trained alongside the FBI, Secret Service, and U.S. military intelligence in behavior and body language. And Steve Wolf is a firearms expert, engineer, expert witness. Thank you both so much for coming on. Scott, I'll start with you. When you watch this video, what stands out to you about the person's behavior and body language?
What I'm looking for in a situation like this are things that are missing. So the first thing I ask myself is what's missing. When we see him walk up, he walks up slow. So his gait is very small. It's a medium to small gait. This lets us know there's no stress. He's not in a hurry. And his head goes down after the camera comes on, he gets to the porch, that head goes down. But that's not turtling. We turtle when we're afraid of something. We're getting ready to shoplift, we're hiding in the crowd, something like that. Our head comes down, our shoulders come up, something that's called turtling because our brain says, we need to hide. We need to get ourselves smaller than this. I think he ducks his head because he's afraid he's going to be recognized by the camera. Now, even though normal robbers don't have that fear of being recognized, for some reason this guy's trying to hide his face as well with that thing. Then, this is a guy, this is a man. How do we know that? Because of the way he walks, the way he moves around. Women don't move like that. No, they don't. And then also, what's missing are threat checks. He's not doing threat checks. He's not looking around for trouble. He's not looking for passing cars, joggers, dog walkers. He doesn't look for threats outside of that porch. And the only time he looks for a threat is when he steps out and picks up those flowers or weeds or whatever they are, and he steps up to put them over the camera. Which brings us to how smart he isn't, because he's not a problem solver. If he'd thought ahead of time, he would have thought there might be a camera there, or he may have known there was a camera there. I need to bring a piece of duct tape to stick over that. So he didn't think ahead. So I'm under the impression he didn't think ahead about some other little things ahead of time, that he didn't solve those problems. So there's probably a lot of stuff he left behind there as well. Plus the fact the backpack is full. That thing is full. So that could be a tarp, it could be extra clothes, something he could change clothes when he gets in so it doesn't look like the same person came as the same person leaving. There could be duct tape, zip ties. And since he's alone, and we know he's alone because he doesn't check anybody, doesn't nod or wave his hand at anybody out in the driveway or the yard or anything, or out in the street, he's going to have something to put the incapacitated person in. I'll phrase it that way. It's one thing if you throw somebody over your shoulder and you walk them out to the car, or if you drag them by their arms out the car. But if you can wrap them in something, if you can wrap them in a tarp or a huge blanket, that looks different. You're pulling something to the car instead of a body.
That's so interesting. So you go to the idea of sophistication, planning, knowledge. Steve, I'll go to you. You noticed something unusual, right, about the way that this guy was carrying the gun in the holster. What is it?
Yeah, what I noticed is that he is carrying a holster which is designed to accommodate a large revolver, which some of you may have recognized from previous appearances here. And what he's got in there is what looks to be a small semi-automatic. And so if you look at this, is pretty much exactly what the shot looks like when we're looking at the security footage there. Holsters are designed to hold guns securely. This is not made for this, and therefore it would fall right out. And therefore that leads me to think that this is not someone who's accustomed to carrying a firearm. The gun and the holster don't match. And furthermore, he continues to touch the gun with his left hand. People who carry guns for a living or for personal protection routinely know exactly where their gun is. It's secure in the holster, and they don't feel the need to continually touch it to make sure that it's there. So this is indicating, very non-professional behavior with the firearm.
And just a quick follow-up on that, how quickly would he be able to retrieve it easily? Let's say, for example, if Nancy came to the door.
He could retrieve it very quickly if in fact it's a real gun. The way he's wearing it right in front like that, you couldn't drive a car like that. Nobody carries a gun right in front of their crotch like that. You carry a gun, off to on your strong side hip. So it looks like it's there for intimidation, for show, and not necessarily something that he intended to use.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.